40th and 230th Street north side of Dallas Center. We're seeing that area of rotation starting to strengthen here. We've had it kind of bounce around a little bit. Again, we had it make its way through Minburn. Minburn, you should still be in your safe space. We've had reports of wall clouds up into that neck of the woods. So we'll have to keep an eye on you. Hopefully that continues to weaken. Let's hop back over to velocity here. Does look like it has weakened a lot over the last scan, so still have to keep an eye on that. But that main area that's starting to bulge out a little bit now, again, just to the west of Dallas Center. So if you're in Dallas Center, you should be in your safe space now. Again, the areas that are going to be impacted by this, areas like S Avenue, R Avenue, 230th Street, southward to around 260th Street. Putting on Shear Tracker here, been talking a lot about this. This picks up on some of the strength of rotation that these storms are capable of producing. And we've got pretty strong rotation just on the northwest side of Dallas Center. So that's the main area that we're watching, as we've watched quite a few, but right now that has the greatest potential to produce something potentially tornadic. You get these lighter green colors, and really the brighter those get, the more rotation radar's trying to pick up on. Sometimes it does that because it's picking up on really strong winds, but what we're seeing right now is that potential for a bit of rotation, and again, that's kind of honed in on north side of Dallas Center right now. So Dallas Center, you should be in your safe space, 230th Street, 13th Street, eastward towards S Avenue. This has been making its way to the northeast. So I'll put up a new track that's specific to that bullseye, but really even just a little bit to the south of Dallas Center, you should be careful and you should be in your safe space as well. As we've seen a lot of that area start to ramp up a little bit as that bit of wind has started to bulge away from the line. You can see that whole area here is what we're talking about with that main area of rotation just west of Dallas Center. So strong winds regardless. Wouldn't be surprised if you're seeing really heavy rain along with that strong winds. You can see heaviest rain even just west of Dallas Center. So again, you're not going to be able to see this thing more than likely, as we've got showers and thunderstorms that have fired up to the north of it and to the east of it. You look at where the storms land compared to that area of shear that we're talking, and it's really kind of hanging out right in the middle of that. So don't try to go out and get a look at this thing. Make sure you're in your safe space, again, whether that's a bathroom, whether you're in the lower level of your house. If you are in the lower level of your house, stay away from windows. Get into the most central location of that house or of that basement, because you don't want any debris flying in or windows breaking in on you and having to deal with that. There's a lot of injury potential in that. So let's track out this new bullseye. Again, Granger eventually may make its way your direction if it can hold together. We've got a report that a funnel went down and came back up at 260th and S Avenue. So that's really the exact location that we've been watching. Oh, just updated on me there. I'm going to get a new track on here for you. So just to the north side of Dallas Center now is that main area of rotation. So areas like Granger, eventually this is going to be headed upwards towards Saylorville Lake and Polk City, Granger. You've got about 19 minutes. Again, Dallas Center, got to be in your safe space right now. We are looking at an area of rotation that's right over the top of you. So this thing could be producing a tornado right now over the top of you. We've had reports of funnel clouds in that area. 260th Street and S Avenue, which is just to the south of where we have been looking at that main bullseye. So Dallas Center, safe space. If you're along 250th or 205th Street, you're going to want to be in your safe space as well. That main area of rotation headed your direction. I want to zoom out a little bit further. Continue to track some of these other storms as well. This is the main one that's shown really any sign of potential here. But with how lines work, you can get separate little areas that start to bulge out and show the same characteristics. Right now, that's the main area that we're tracking. Again, going to eventually, if this holds together, make its way in on that west side of the metro there. But a little bit more of a ragged nature to the line as it makes its way to the south, east of Creston there, and downwards towards Lamoni. So that main area of rotation just to the south of Perry there. Again, east of 169 now. We'll see how that lines up with Waukee, but that should be north of you still. Headed over Dallas Center. Eventually going to start to move its way a little bit to the east of Dallas Center. You can see really just a clear bullseye there of where we're looking just to the north of Dallas Center. Some of the other roads that may be impacted here. I'm going to zoom back in. So we've got R Avenue and 230th Street, that intersection, upwards towards P Avenue, 215th Street, 215th Street and R Avenue. That's where this is moving. I want to put it in motion for you here, give you an idea. And you'll see it just kind of hop around a little bit as different portions of this line kind of steal that energy or modify that wind enough. But we talked about first that area that was making it in towards Minburn. That has really weakened. So the main area of rotation we're talking now is south of there, and it's really strengthened. So we're going to stay on. Looks like they may have just expired this, but I want to make sure that they're not going to reissue it before I hop off the air here for you. Let's hop back over to radar. So a whole lot of rain, whole lot of thunder there as that continues to push its way through as well. Let's zoom out a little bit further here. Yeah, we're checking to see if they're going to reissue here. I would imagine so with how strong that has been. So they're still seeing broad rotation. They're going to monitor to see if it tightens up again. I'm going to stay with you guys for just a couple more scans here because what I'm seeing is still at least strong enough that it could potentially produce something, and you can see just to the north of Dallas Center there. So we've seen some of these, again, some of these areas produce funnels today. We've seen some of these produce wall clouds today. So there's this type of situation where sometimes these drop pretty quick and they don't last too long, which is why I'm going to stay with you for a little bit longer here because I don't want to, well, they're not going to reissue at the moment. Okay, well, I'm going to hop off here for a couple scans, and I'll get you guys back to programming. But if this strengthens at all, I will be hopping back on and keeping you guys updated. Again, we've got at least some potential for rotation just on the north side of Dallas Center, S Avenue towards T Avenue. So plan on me hopping on back here in about 5 to 10 minutes. Have a good day.